I've just basically story. Yeah, we're going to review night 2 of the draft. Go and check out night 1 on the SmackDown video. I did say in this little project we're going to do is WWE good again. Basically, the topic is I was sat at Raw, as I said, after Mania, and I was bored out of my tree. And I'd been sold by all these wrestling media people, by everyone on Twitter, that WWE was good again. The pay-per-views, do you know what? WrestleMania was all right, yeah. So I thought, do you know what? What have I just watched here this Monday Night Raw? 3 hours of this. So I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna get my views across on an actual podcast. So here we go. So I'm gonna do one weekly show. I will review one. I'll tell you what, after what I've watched tonight, it's gonna probably be SmackDown because 3 hours of this. Oh, how do you know? I'm not buying that people actually sit and watch Monday Night Raw from the start and watch everything. There's just no way it's possible to do it. I mean, I'm a diehard wrestling fan. Hello, yeah. That was hard work to sit through, and it wasn't all bad. I'm not just going to completely shit on the entire thing, yeah. Yeah, most of it, right? This is built as night 2 of the draft, yeah. So for the next year, we're going to find out the rosters, okay? And not, the draft is a joke. It's done. It's done. Next year at the draft, you know what? WWE Gareth and his mob will probably be like, oh, it's the draft. Nothing happened. Now, not right. Usually the champions can be drafted, can't they? Okay. This year they couldn't, yeah. So if you're going to make that there's no champions being drafted, you need to at least draft your other big stars, yeah? If you, spoiler alert, the SmackDown one, no big stars got drafted at all. I can't even think of the biggest one. And this one, do you know what I mean? Let's get right. Night 1, let's get into the big one. The night 2, we're on Raw. How do we set the tone for this? Imperium. Are they going to go to SmackDown? That'd be a big switch. No, they're going to stay on Raw. A future star, apparently, even though, as I've said on previous shows, she's dog shit. Jade Cargill. That's the big hope, the big signing from WWE, from AEW that everyone's happy about in WWE land. She's shit, by the way. Jade Cargill. She going to go to Raw, maybe? No, she's going to stay on SmackDown. Okay, now we did get Damage Control going across to Raw, yeah? Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? No, because they've been on Raw basically for the last year anyway, because the tag champs are allowed on Raw. So that's another one like, okay then. Kevin Owens, is he going to go back to Raw? Is he going to like interact with Sami Zayn? Is he going to, you know what I mean? This game, like, he's done everything that he can do with Logan Paul, who can't be drafted, so he's staying on SmackDown. With Randy Orton, he's staying on SmackDown. With Roman Reigns, who's staying on SmackDown. So let's get him across the Raw, shall we? No, let's keep him there. Let's keep him on SmackDown. So that's the big round 1 of the draft. Nothing happened yet again. Yeah. And I'm sat here and I'm thinking, hold on a sec. Your biggest stars that are up for grabs here, there's Drew, there's CM Punk. Why are they not in the first round of the draft? Do you know what I mean? Just doesn't make any sense at all. Like round 2, is there going to be another switch? Lashley and Street Profits, whatever they're called. Are they going to move? No, they're just going to stay on SmackDown. Braun Strowman returned to Raw. Was he on SmackDown before? I don't know. He's been injured for ages. Tiffany Stratton. Let's go just for sense-wise. I know like as we alluded to, the Eric Bischoffs, the Bubba Ray Dudleys of the world, yeah. Whoever else, Cornette, they love to shit on AEW, don't they? Okay. And we're going with WWE. At least it's logical. How is it logical that the two GMs would choose Tiffany Stratton over CM Punk and Drew McIntyre? Hello? This is not good. WWE is not cooking. It's shit. I'm sorry, but it is. Yeah, what Triple H does, right, and I'm sick of this, right? So, right, that's the draft anyway. The draft, a load of bollocks, basically. Yeah, spoiler alert. Okay, right. I want to get into this, right? So, WWE's cooking, yeah? What Triple H is doing, yeah? He's turning this massive shit that Vince McMahon had been cooking for 20 years, yeah? And all he did was he just made it a tiny little bit better. This is not great stuff. I just can't. How anyone can sit and have watched 3 hours of that last night, yeah, and thought, yeah, this is good. I mean, not everything was bad. I enjoyed it. It was serviceable. Serviceable, that's a good word, yeah. The Jey Uso Logan Paul segment, they both came across as stars, yeah. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, sort of both came across as stars, all right. But the rest of it, I mean, and let's not get mixed up here. Them segments were exactly. They're not something I'm going to remember in a month. Put it that way. They were just fine. Okay. But what Triple H does, right? He presents, he's very good at branding. Yeah. He's very good at branding. Like I'm not being funny to say, like, although AEW have done a good job with Okada and Ospreay, but other people that they've signed, Jay White, okay, Jay White's a good example. I would have preferred to be in WWE because what Triple H will do, he'll brand them, he'll present them as the stars that they should be. Yeah. That's what Triple H is good at. Okay. Make no mistake, he's not good at booking exciting weekly television. Branding and the way you present a wrestler, yeah, a wrestler, doesn't make for entertaining TV. This is not entertaining TV. I watched 2 hours of SmackDown, 3 hours of Raw, yeah. I was bored. And I'm a die-hard wrestling fan. And I was bored. I'll be honest with you, I actually wanted to do this podcast, yeah, doing this. And I thought, you know what? If I just come here and shit on everything, I'm going to have all the WWE weirdos coming out. Oh, you're die-hard AEW, mate. AEW's been pretty crap weekly. Do you know what I mean? For quite a while, if I'm honest. Do you know what I'm saying? But the only thing with AEW is it's either really bad, some of the stuff's on it's really bad, or some of the stuff is great. Yeah? Like one segment will be great, the next one will be awful. One match will be great, the next one will be awful. Yeah? At least it's entertaining. Yeah? This is just mediocre stuff. It's just like AW, a show of AW goes boom, 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 boom. WWE just boom, might go up, might go down, then it just stays the same. It's just boring, isn't it? It's just boring. Let's be honest, it's boring. It is boring. Simple. I just don't understand. Like, it's like, if these people that are like diehard, I don't know why you'd be diehard WWE or diehard AEW, really, to be honest with you. WWE don't give a shit about you, neither does AEW, let's be honest, right? I don't understand why you'd be diehard to a brand. But if you're gonna be, yeah, it's almost like these people were that diehard to WWE. They all defended it when it was shit. Let's not make no mistake. But it was that bad that now it's gone from being that bad down here to it's still pretty bad up here. They're like, oh my god, there's a different camera angle. Hey, Dave, they used a different camera angle. This is unbelievable. And it's like, yeah, they did something different. That's what the rest of the world's been doing for the last 15 years. And it's just boring. As I've said, it's boring. Like, right, I tell you what, here we go. The main event of this Raw, yeah, right. It was Jay. I'm off the top of my head because I haven't written anything down. But I'm not being funny. I was almost pulling my hair out by the end of the last match on this show. I was like, can this please stop? Done a full day at work. I've been to the gym, yeah. I've come home. 3 hours of this. How'd you do it? WWE Gareth, are you insane? Yeah. The main event, right? I could have, as soon as I seen it, so it was Judgment Day on one side against Jey Uso, Andrade, whatever, right? And I could have told you what will happen in this match, and tick, tick, tick. It's standard booking, yeah? And yeah, it's box ticking booking. That's what we'll call it. Box ticking booking, okay? Jey Uso goes over, tick. Tease a bit of ascension in the Judgment Day that doesn't end up going anywhere, tick. At the end of the show, Jey Uso and Damian Priest have a face-off, tick. I've been watching this since 1999, 2000. It's just the same. It's just. I feel like maybe if you watch this for the first time, you're like, oh, that's interesting. But it happens every month. 6-man tag, challenger goes over, holds up belt, stares down champion, gets beat. That's it. That's it. That is your backlash build, and it's just boring, isn't it? It's boring. It's boring. There's no good matches on a 3-hour wrestling show. There's barely any good promos. There's a WWE draft. There's barely even any draft moves. But yeah, oh, it was a good Raw. It was a good Raw. They keep it moving. No. All these people, WWE, like, I don't know, all the wrestling media, like, yeah, it was good. It was good. No, it wasn't. It's not. It's not good. It's not. So yeah, that was Raw. What can we say on the positive? I mean, what positives can I pull out of this? I tell you, I've got a positive for you. Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan opening segment, okay? Liv Morgan is clearly a heel now, okay? But she's turned heel over the last month or so, you'd say. But I like the fact that the Triple H books her, yeah, as a heel, but she doesn't think she's a heel. So, like, under Vince, it'd be she's a heel. She's going to come out, like, Moxley did, Ambrose, whatever you want to call him. He came out within a week. He's like wearing a gas mask. He's telling all the crowd they stink. He doesn't want to touch the filthy little hands. Whereas Liv Morgan, in her head, she's a babyface. She was wronged to by Rhea Ripley. Yeah, she was wronged to. Okay, so she's still slapping the fans' hands, just like Drew McIntyre was when he first turned heel. Yeah, he believed he was a. He probably still does. Believes in the character. Believes that the character is still a babyface that's been wronged to, but they're being presented as a heel. So if they still think they're a babyface, why wouldn't they slap the fans? They don't have any problems with the fans. They have the problem with the babyface wrestlers because Rhea is basically a face, isn't she? So yeah, I do like the presentation of Liv Morgan going forward. I mean, she's not the best in the ring, but character-wise, like I said, when everyone was complaining that Becky Lynch won the Battle Royal, that was the right move. Liv Morgan did not need to win this Battle Royal and win the title on a throwaway Raw that nobody'd remember, yeah? Becky Lynch won the title, and down the line, Becky Lynch is going to take that. Not Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan's going to take the belt off Becky Lynch. She'll have a nice run with it, and she'll have the big grudge match with Rhea when she returns. That I enjoyed that. That was well done. Okay, that was well done. The CM Punk Drew McIntyre stuff. Now the thing is, right, this is the go home show for Backlash. Okay, everything on this show should be centered around Backlash. Instead, it was centered around boring draft picks. Yeah, we got CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Okay, now yeah, I love CM Punk. He's fucking incredible. Okay, he's a star. Drew McIntyre is doing a great job. Yeah. So the best thing on the show was probably their interactions. Are they facing at Backlash on Saturday? No. Have they got anything on the show together? No. When are they gonna face each other in Saudi in May? No. Clash at the Castle? Probably not. It's gonna be SummerSlam, innit? So on the go home show where everything I should be sat here now at the end of the show. The purpose of this show, yeah, apart from drawing ratings, right, is so at the end of it, we're all excited for Backlash on Saturday. Did that boring draft get you excited for Backlash on Saturday? No. Did CM Punk and Drew McIntyre get you excited for Backlash on Saturday? No. Did Jey Uso taunting Damian Priest at the end of the show get you excited for Backlash? No. Did Logan Paul, Jey Uso probably having the best segment on this show? Did that get you excited for Backlash? Is Logan Paul doing anything on Backlash? No. Just, it's like WrestleMania. There was the things going into Mania that I was most excited at. CM Punk against Drew McIntyre again. Was that going to happen? No. The Rock versus Cody Rhodes. Was that going to happen? No. And it's like, I don't know. It's just the booking. It's just weird. It's like, I'm looking at my notes here. Round 4 draft pick, the Judgment Day. They're the top act on the show. It's like Bloodline. This is what annoys me. So, AJ Styles, #1 contender, yeah? He was a 3rd round draft pick. The Bloodline, the top stable on SmackDown, were a round 3 draft pick. You go to Raw, Judgment Day, the top stable on Raw, 4th round draft pick. And it's like, make it make sense. It just annoys me because there's such a level of hypocrisy. Because when AEW does something, and I hate the fact that I'm having to like if AEW does this, WWE fans shit on it. Because then I make myself look out to be a WWE hater and an AEW diehard. And I'm not. I want to enjoy both shows. But when I go onto my Twitter account, yeah, X, whatever it's called, and all I see is WWE fans shitting on AEW, making out like WWE is great. And it even convinced me. I'm reading all these tweets leading up to Mania, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's good. It's not. It's like people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and WWE is not. I'm sorry, AEW's weekly TV is more entertaining. I was going to say better. It's more entertaining than WWE's is. Maybe WWE's is logically booked a little better, but something being logically booked doesn't always make for entertaining weekly TV. At least with AEW at the end of it, you know you're going to get great matches on a pay-per-view. The build is crap in most parts. I'd argue the build in WWE is crap as well. But what WWE do that AEW don't do is make a nice glossy 4-minute video package that come the end. I'm Backlash, yeah. The Jey Uso Damian Priest match, the build has been nothing. It's been nothing. It's not been bad. It's not been good. It's been nothing, okay? But I guarantee they're going to put a video package on Backlash, yeah, that I'm going to be sat there thinking, oh, yeah, the build was all right for that. People who just come in for the pay-per-views, yeah, that are being told by all these weirdos on Twitter that WWE's good again, yeah, or watch that video package. No, it looked all right. Because that's what I was doing. I wasn't watching Raw and SmackDown weekly last year. I might watch the odd segment or whatever. And I'd watch the pay-per-views and I'd be like, oh, that looks all right. But when you actually look through the cracks, yeah, and you actually watch the show, it's boring. Do you know what I mean? It's boring. Simple. It's boring. Yeah. So anyway, stuff that I liked on the show. Logan Paul and Jey Uso stars. I mean, I tell you one thing that I do want to say a little bit of something that I noticed. So I'm not Jey Uso. I think he's all right. Yeah. No, I'm not into all this yeet thing. It's annoying. I was sat at Raw after Mania thinking, Jesus, shut up. But Jey Uso was the t-shirt I saw the most at WrestleMania weekend was that yeet t-shirt. He's very over now. The Backlash card is almost like I'm personally expect a lot of people think Jey Uso might win, which I don't think would be the worst decision, yeah. Right. But then you having a babyface Jey Uso going into the Clash at the Castle, presumably. Sorry, nearly burnt that. Defending the title against Drew. I'm not sure if you want that. I think what makes sense is keeping the belt on Damian Priest, who's the heel, yeah. And then Drew McIntyre can go into Clash at the Castle. It's going to be heel versus heel, but obviously in Scotland, Drew McIntyre is going to be a hero. You can give Drew his big moment again, have him crown him at Clash at the Castle. Going forward, we've got Drew McIntyre as champion. CM Punk comes back. We go with Punk and McIntyre at SummerSlam. Maybe Rollins thrown into the mix. Yeah, I fully expect Priest to be a transitional champion. I think he'll retain the belt at Backlash on Saturday because Triple H does make logical booking. Boring, but logical booking. But on this hand, it makes sense to have Priest retain. Yeah, maybe Judgment Day will interfere. He'll get the screwy win, and we will go forward with McIntyre. Will win the King of the Ring, and we'll get McIntyre versus Jey. So McIntyre versus Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle, which makes sense. I mean, look at these notes. Some of the matches. I mean, I've not noted down everything. Right, this is something I want to compare to. So you got FTR versus the Young Bucks for the tag titles on one on the AEW. That's shit. Yeah, you've got FTR versus the Bucks for the title. Two great teams. Yeah, no matter what you say, I don't like the Young Bucks. Do my head in, but they're a great tag team. So is FTR. And then you got the tag titles in WWE, and it's the Miz and R-Truth versus Otis and Tozawa. So let me repeat that: Young Bucks, FTR, Miz and R-Truth versus Tozawa and Otis. WWE fans, come on. That's better. Just stop being biased here. Just admit that is better. Seriously. I'm watching this and I'm thinking, it's just point away. So at the end of these reviews, I'm not going to sit and go through move for move, segment for segment, probably for my own sanity, to be fair, because like I said, the draft was crap. This Raw was boring. There was two okay segments that I enjoyed. I always enjoy seeing CM Punk. Yeah, so we've got Backlash on Saturday. The card itself, it's a decent card. So what I want you to do, hit the subscribe button, and Saturday, after I've watched that pay-per-view, will I give it a good review? Let's see. I think it'll be an all right show. I think the crowd will help. I think there'll be a rabid crowd in France. Not Lyon or whatever Michael Cole calls it. It's Leon. Yeah, Leon. So yeah, SmackDown will probably, I think these shows where they're like in Europe, whatever, SmackDown will have a hot crowd, so that might drag the show up. Can't get much worse. And Backlash, I think it'll be a decent pay-per-view. The card itself, I mean, Cody versus AJ, be fine, won't it? Cody will retain. Priest against Jay, Priest will retain. There's not a whole lot over on it. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it's Sami Zayn defending against Chad Gable. I've not even looked. Looks like they were trying to turn that into a three-way. But yeah, that was Raw. You don't need to watch it. It was boring. Yeah, boring. That's the theme. That's got to be the title of the show. Raw is boring. You don't need to watch it. If you're going to watch anything on the show, this is why I'm doing these reviews. I'll watch it so you don't have to, yeah? The only thing you need to watch on the show, I enjoyed the Strowman coming out with Jey Uso against Logan Paul and stuff. That was fine. Watch that segment. Watch the CM Punk Drew segment, ready for their big match at Sorry, they're not wrestling at Backlash, are they? My mistake. SummerSlam in August. Yeah. So yeah, watch those two segments. You don't need to watch anything else. That's it. So 3 hours of wrestling, yeah. There was no good matches, no good promos. I'm telling you, maybe watch two segments. Probably take you 20 minutes. So instead of spending 3 hours on this crap, spend 20 minutes, and yeah, that'll be you done, ready for Backlash on Saturday. Check out the review. Maybe I'll be a bit more positive. Now, I gave SmackDown a 4 out of 10 the other day. At least I enjoyed two. So I'll give it a 5. It can have a 5 out of 10. So at least, hey, Raw was better than SmackDown. Dear me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't watch Raw. Enjoy Backlash. I'll be back here Saturday to review Backlash. I might even review Dynamite if I'm feeling like it. Maybe not, but I will be back Saturday to review Backlash from France. Thanks for listening, everyone. See you later.